with another
We're
episode
live.
of JK Amusements. Why? What? Did you move your webcam? Am I imagining that?
What are you talking about? I did move my webcam so you
Okay,
could see my scarf.
I was like, oh, that's a different angle.
Yes. You can
Um,
see my bone. It's plural.
I don't know why I just opened the Microsoft Store, but welcome everybody. Welcome to the first day of October. Welcome
It's
to.
spooky season. I'm so stoked. Welcome to Amusement Mile. Happy to have you. I'm happy to have you, Kevin. You're mine. I have you.
Did you just assume my relationship status?
No, I just improved your relationship status.
And only in 2021 could Jason Voorhees be canceled for assuming somebody's gender
Oh my goodness.
of a murder victim.
Oh.
Anyway, we got a lot to talk about. We're very excited. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited too.
I'm about to shit my pants is what I'm about to do because Venom Let There Be Carnage is out today, and we're going to see it later.
We're going to see it tonight after stream. We're gonna be cooking a little bit through stream because afterwards I'm going to his house and watching the first one because I have not seen the first one.
Jared, I'm gonna need you to lower your gain a little bit because it sounds
my gain.
It sounds like you were screaming into the mic.
I am screaming because I'm so excited.
But yeah, I'm super stoked about that. I actually wanted to. Okay, so you're gonna see me plan with Jared in real time new content.
Oh sweet.
So I wanted to. What I wanted to do was I wanted to like get me, and I wanted to feature Maddie on the channel because she's like comic book nerd as well. And I wanted the three of us to have like a roundtable discussion review of the new Venom, which I think would be really cool.
I dig it. I dig it.
I would be down for that. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Anyways, we got a lot of news to get into, and we're short on time today, so we might as well get into it and get you out of here real quick.
Straight to the biscuits.
First up, we got Intel Alder Lake having a leaked.
That's their new generation, right?
That's Intel 12th Gen Core. Yeah. They have a leaked launch date for Intel Alder Lake. MSI seemingly mistakenly announced periods when their new LGA 1700, which is the new socket that these CPUs are based on, they announced when they would be available, unintentionally leaking the date. It seems that pre-orders are going up on October 27th for these motherboards, and they will finally be available for purchase on November 4th.
Damn, just a little over a month out.
I'm excited because that means, gifts for the holidays for new people who don't have PCs yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I'm pretty excited. I'm not an AMD fanboy. I just like, for what I need, I usually just go with AMD because I look at the results and I'm like, I can leave some gaming performance on the table if I go AMD because they handle multi-threading usually better depending on the tasks. So, but I'm very excited. I always love new tech, and I love when new CPUs and motherboards launch together. I mean, they usually do. So, I am very excited to see more.
Yeah, this is the first of many
It's
to come.
It's Techtober. That's what they call it. It's Techtober.
That's pretty cool. That's cheeky. That's cheeky.
Next up, China puts the kibosh on coal-fired power plants.
Oh, that's big. That's good news.
It seems like Apple, Intel, and Nvidia are affected by the halt of China's random, seemingly shutdown of coal-fired power plants because it's in an effort to reduce pollution, considering that China is the largest consumer of coal-fired power plants, which is a big contributor to carbon emissions.
Yes.
Estimates as of 2019 say that around 65% of electricity in China came from coal-fired power plants, which is a large majority. That is about 2/3 of their electricity comes from coal, which is not good in 2021. So they are trying to be more energy efficient, trying to be greener, and it seems that Apple, Intel, and Nvidia were among the factories that were affected by these power plant shutdowns. So it's looking like the chip shortage is gonna have some turbulence as well because of this. But in this case, I'm not upset.
But honestly, yeah, in this situation, I can suffer for longer if it means we're better as a society, or like a greener as a society, rather.
If it's for the benefit of the planet, I have no qualms about it whatsoever.
Absolutely.
That is my take on that. And next we have a rumor that Samsung will be bringing back the Galaxy Note, sort of. So it's looking like the Galaxy S22, which is Samsung's next planned phone, rumored for a February release. It's looking like the top-tier phone will be a spiritual successor to the Galaxy Note lineup. But instead of being called the Galaxy Note, it will just be called the Galaxy S22 Ultra. So it is the
it's
top.
Going to be the chonky one.
But it looks like a Note, and it looks exactly like a Note. And it's got the stylus and everything that is indicative that it would be a Note.
If it looks like a duck and sounds like a duck,
it's a fucking duck.
It's a Galaxy Note.
It's a Galaxy Note. I'm excited. I actually might get the Galaxy Note because, like, I got Maddie a Galaxy Note. I think it was S20 Ultra, which is a phone from September of 2020. That's when that one launched, and that was the last time they did like a Note lineup phone, which is interesting because like they're the most popular phones that Samsung has. Like if you look at their lineup, the S21 didn't sell really good at all. The S20 sold okay, but it wasn't great compared to the S8 and the S9. So many people bought those. And I'm excited that they're going to be bringing back the Note in at least spiritual form. So I'm excited about that. In other news, the RX 6600 has leaked ahead of an October 13th launch. So we're less than a couple weeks out from that, and it has already leaked. But it's looking like you may not want to get it because it seems that retailers are taking advantage of the silicon shortage and jacking up the price. Sapphire is the board partner for the RX card in question, and apparently a Portuguese retailer listed the RX 6600 Sapphire Pulse for 589 euros, which is not good considering that's over $600 American, and it's worse than the 6600 XT, which is $379. So I wouldn't hold high hopes for that. RX 6600 is not the best card I would recommend, but yeah, it exists and it's going to launch on October 13th. Apparently, you'll probably be hearing about it, an official announcement very, very soon. In other news,
this next topic is pretty Noyce.
Dr. Lisa Su, CEO of AMD, has been awarded from the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. She has received an award from them, and it's called the Robert N. Noyce Medal.
Now you see what I did now.
I see what you did now. She has received she has received this award because apparently she has, I'm not saying apparently like she doesn't deserve it. She has leadership in groundbreaking semiconductor products and successful business strategies that contributed to the strength of the microelectronics industry. So this is no small feat, and they're saying that because of her, AMD was about to fail, and they made her CEO. She literally resurrected it. She pulled it out of the grave and was like, "Come on!" Like I'm very impressed with the work she's done ever since. I think she was made CEO back in 2014, and she turned the company around. Like I'm
like back in 2014, like 2014 on was the rise of the underdog in terms of AMD. Like
people didn't
absolutely incredible.
Like people didn't take before she came into the mix. Last time AMD was good was like or competitive with Intel was like 2004. and then immediately they launched Horizon in early 2017, and bam, they were a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about that. You want to talk about this one?
Kudos to Lisa Sue.
You want to talk about this next one?
You're a queen. Do I want to talk about this?
I think you do.
Honestly, I mean, if you've looked into it, I don't want to just like skim this one, but Activision has settled its first lawsuit. You should take it away. I'll take the next one.
Yeah, Activision has a small lawsuit which claimed sexual harassment and workplace discrimination based on sex in the workplace. And this is one of the many lawsuits that was brought up against Activision Blizzard. And they have apparently settled for $18 million to the victims of the sexual harassment, or the alleged sexual harassment. And it occurred mainly to pregnant individuals, is what I'm gathering from reading this. Pregnancy discrimination or retaliation. Yeah, this was a clear case of workplace discrimination, and they figured they could just make it go away if they paid a few $1 million here, a few $1 million there. So yeah, I think that's going to be a pattern in the next few months. We're going to see Activision Blizzard settle a lot of things. Either that, or we're going to watch them die trying, because they're going to try to fight all these in court, which I think is very, very unlikely. But we'll see. Do you want to talk about the next one? I think you would think it's cool.
Yes, I do. I was just brushing up on it. So, Amazon has announced its first house companion robot named Astro, which is funny because you could just see just enough of Astro in it where you're just like, if you squint one eye and then squint the other eye, you can see Astro from Astro's Playroom.
I'm doing it right now, and I can't unsee it now. It's it's only the eyes.
It's the eyes and the white on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
But so Amazon has announced and made available for pre-order their new home robot Astro. If you're interested, you can sign up, and you may receive an invitation to order one. So it's so strange, but
you want to talk about some of the things it can do? Like, why would people buy this?
It's so at first it sounds like a glorified Roomba, like a Roomba with Bluetooth, as just to say jokingly, but I don't even know if it has Bluetooth connection. It might be able to play music.
It says it has Alexa integration, so I would assume that it has some sort of Bluetooth connectivity.
So it uses advanced navigation technology to find its way around your home. You can remotely send it to specific rooms, plus get alerts if Astro detects an unrecognized person or certain sounds when you're away. You can get a 6-month free trial of Ring Protect Pro and have Astro proactively patrol, investigate activity, save videos in Ring's cloud storage for up to 60 days. So there is a subscription through it that it could be like a security system, which is pretty cool. Alexa Together subscription is coming soon. It remotely care for aging loved ones, giving you peace of mind while helping them live independently, set up reminders, manage shopping lists. So it's really like a personal home robot assistant. Hello, Violet. Oh, thank you. It is very comfy. I also like my neck pillow, Ren.
It's apparently
it does have Alexa. You can turn off Mike's camera and action. No, Mike's camera and motion with one press of a button, and use the Astro app to set out of bound zones to let Astro know where it's not allowed to go. Don't go in the murder room, Astro. Imagine. Hear me out. Someone's got incriminating things in a room in their house. Astro just strolls in and is calls the cops on its owner. in like probably like 15, 20 years, we may see that like stories like that where like robot home assistant calls police on owner after like domestic dispute or something.
I have seen stories, and there have been reports coming out. Apparently, like people have gotten their hands on one of these things. Apparently, it is a privacy nightmare because every time that if you want to use it, you can't turn off Mike's camera in motion. Like if you want it to be operational, because then it's essentially off. Like if you want to use it, it's a privacy nightmare. Because every time that it says it's patrolling. That's very scary wording too. Like it's patrolling your house. People have described this like it's gonna make you feel like a prisoner in your own house. They apparently made it so that every time that you give Astro a command, it's going to look at you. The camera is going to pan to you, and it's going to perform facial scans. It's going to perform facial scans to verify you're the user that has set up an account with Astro.
But hear me out. It comes with a detachable cup holder and can carry other items.
Like a blood pressure monitor for some reason.
Like a Ziploc container.
And a Furbo dog camera that tosses treats to your pet. What are these add-ons? What are these? That's $300 right there. Can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah. Roomba Warden. Yeah.
It's basically a mobile like security camera that can answer messages, calls, and set timers, alarms, and reminders. I assume it's integrated with Alexa, so I assume that there's some music functionality as well. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no doubt that you could be like, "Yo, Astro, bump it," and it just starts playing your fire playlist.
No.
You always need more inventory slots. Absolutely.
Also,
backpack, big pockets.
Also, apparently, only on day one can you get these for $1,000 for $999, and then
usually they're $1,450.
So day two is prepare to pay almost $1,500 for this if you want one. Then, so if you want one of these, get it on day one.
If you want to get it, sign up now.
Yeah.
Even if sign up now, even if you're thinking about it.
I don't recommend paying $1,000 for a security camera that patrols your house. Because essentially, you're going to be the subject of 99% of the security scans.
I mean, if you're lonely, and like
get a dog,
like a one floor apartment, But dogs take a lot of. I mean, like they're so cute. I love dogs, but it's a lot of maintenance. And if you're not in a because I've been in a not great place in my life, and it. Just having a robot assistant at that time, I actually would have enjoyed it.
I don't think you would have used it for what it's intended for, though. You would have made it like bring you a beer or something, set beer cans on its head or something like that.
It has a cup holder. Of course, I'm gonna put a beer in it. It holds Ziploc bags. Do you know how helpful that would have been for me in college?
I think I'm starting to see the value for $999. You can get your own personal snack server. That's what this guy is, and
snacks.
A mobile
snacks was what I was going for.
A mobile beer koozie. That's what I'm guessing. Also, all right, that's enough on the Amazon.
That's pretty neat, honestly.
That's enough on the 1984 bot. So apparently, I'm pretty excited about this, and I didn't know about this, but apparently Microsoft, for Windows 11, is making it available to third-party app stores. So you can find, apparently inside the Windows Store, you will be able to then go inside other stores inside the Windows Store, which I think is very interesting, and I think it's very proactive of them. I like that they're allowing third-party developers to get in direct integration into their store. I think that's very good.
Microsoft building their ecosystem. Okay,
I
like it. I
mean, don't get me wrong. The only reason they're doing this is because they get a cut of whatever profits are bought through that.
I have no doubt, but still,
they're still going to be
accessibility or like diverse accessibility, which I think is pretty cool.
I think the word you're looking for is open ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one you're looking for. But yeah, I think that's great. I love that, and I can't wait to download Android apps and mobile apps on desktop, which is a feature you can do in Windows 11. You don't have to sideload APKs anymore. But yeah, that seems pretty cool. In other words, New World has released, and apparently, deja vu, it is bricking GPUs all over again. And
I've been to this place before. I think I sang it bad enough where we won't get DMCA'd.
I've been to this place before. Izzy B reminds me of the Vacuum v Human episode of Love, Death, and Robots. What was that in? Which one was that?
That might have been season 2.
I haven't seen season 2 yet.
I also haven't seen season 2. Man, we're slacking.
I haven't seen season 2.
I haven't seen any.
I've been playing games, man. I got to get through my back catalog of like 300 Steam games.
Yeah, same. I spent like 300. Like I have Civ 6 with every DLC. I need to put hours into it.
You spent almost like what, $400 at the Steam summer sale?
Yeah, around like $370.
And how many of those games have you played so far?
Hold on. Let me just take a look at my desktop here. All right, next topic. We're talking about New World. Another thing about New World, it was like one of the most concurrent, if not
it is the most
concurrently played game on Steam.
It's concurrent. That's what you're looking for.
Concurrent?
Yeah. Because apparently this thing was like an overnight success. Like people played the beta and like it was pretty hot at the time. People got to the official release. Wow, was it popular. In one day, it had more people playing it at the same time than Apex, Warzone, Rocket League, and Fortnite combined.
Yeah, something like almost 800,000 people at the same time.
To be fair, this is just on PC. This is not like across all all platforms.
Of season 2? Okay.
First episode of season 2. That explains why
we don't have to get too deep into season 2 before looking for it.
That explains why we're not familiar with it. Okay, thank you for that. But yeah, this thing was like crazy. But apparently it is still damaging GPUs, and that has to do with the loading screens that are inside of it, or the main menu rather. When you start it up, this happens like with a lot of different games, but it's most prevalent with New World because like it's actually damaging hardware. FPS loads will spike because the computer is mandating that video task, that loading task, like a CPU would take a scene and render it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's taking tasks and ramping them up because they're starting, so it's like, oh, I have to work really extra hard, but like it doesn't know that like you can just take your time. It thinks it has to go full load, and a lot of these GPUs are pushed past their breaking point in New World in particular because Amazon just hasn't put in an integrated FPS limiter. So all these people on Steam have to do it themselves. Cards that seem to be affected by this are the RTX 3080 and the 3090, primarily
the best of the best.
Primarily still from EVGA. So yeah, that sucks. But just put an FPS limiter on and you'll be fine. You'll be safe. Just don't load up New World. I can't get into New World. I could never get into an MMO, and it makes me sad, kinda. But also, one, I don't like playing with that many people, because like MMO is massive multiplayer online game. I like regular multiplayer. I could play with like a squad. I don't want to play with like 500 other people in a server who are all talking at the same time. That's a bit much for me. But yeah, New World. Problematic as always. Do you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah, so Russia is threatening YouTube, saying that they will ban YouTube in their country for deleting certain channels. Russian has threatened to banning YouTube. Yep, good sentence.
Yep.
It has threatened to ban YouTube if it does not reinstate 2 German language channels backed by the Russian state. However, YouTube has had where is it? They had like suspended the channels for a week, but they continued to post coronavirus misinformation guidelines. And YouTube was like, "Hey, you can't do that." And it was given a week long. The channels were given a week-long suspension from posting on the platform. During this time, the person used a second channel to upload content, which also violated the policies. And because of that, both of the channels were deleted by YouTube. And Russia is not happy. And they're they're going full throttle. They threaten to ban YouTube in their entire country.
To be fair, I don't know why Russia is acting so special here. Like, this is something that YouTube targeted them for, because this was
I really can't side with Russia here.
This was a recent policy change that YouTube made to their terms of service. They are now outright banning all channels and all content relating to vaccine misinformation and COVID-19 misinformation, because what they found is there is a direct correlation between the content viewed and how many people are actually being hospitalized from viewing them. Because a lot of them, like, this was big back during the like whole like, oh, don't get the vaccine, take ivermectin, and we know how that all went. Like, don't take ivermectin, please. Get the vaccine. But yeah, I see how YouTube could feel compelled to put that in their terms of service. So I don't know what Russia is being butthurt about. There's really nothing to say. Like, if the channel was posting vaccine misinformation, this is something they made clear, like, internationally. This is company-wide. This is not just, like, targeted at the U.S. or targeted at one nation in general. This is across the world.
Yeah, the issue is on a global scale. It's not just you, Russia. You can't mislead people about the worldwide pandemic. How dare you attack me personally like this? Yep. I really just think Russia's being petty.
Yep.
Army Guy has been upgraded to Spooky Army Guy. I can't remember. Why am I Army Guy?
I think it's
also you're in a tent.
I think it's the beard. I love that you're in a tent. Are you camping? I like camping. Yeah, I think you're Army Guy because you got a beard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the reason. Yeah, but Russia, why?
I get it.
Russia, why you be like this? Stop being like this.
Come on. You be better.
Be better. This is crazy. In other news, that's
speaking of more AMD glory.
Kind of crazy to think about. AMD aims to increase its chip efficiency rating by over 30 times.
Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say 30%, and I'm like, that's impressive. 30 times.
In the next increase of of 3,000%. And a chip efficiency increase of 3,000% in the next 4 years.
It's insane.
It is aiming for the stratosphere.
It is aiming for the whatever galaxy is past the Milky Way.
Because media outlets are claiming that, hey, this is very bold, but they're also saying that, like, AMD is a company that plays its card close to its chest, and it wouldn't claim something like this unless it knew something that would be able to back that up.
Yeah, like Sony's Future of PS5 showcase. Like, they usually don't brag, and it was a great fucking showcase.
So in the next 4 years, we're going to see a massive change to the PC ecosystem. We're going to see incredible leaps and bounds in technology, in computational technology. Like,
I'm army guy because of a jacket I wore once. Okay, I'll go back through and see which jacket it was. I'll bring it back for you, just for you, Omeka. Also, a question from Omeka: didn't AMD and Nvidia say they were stopping increasing their capacity because of blockchain and Bitcoin mining?
no, they never said that. Dude, AMD and Nvidia are companies, and when it comes down to it, they don't give a fuck who these GPUs go to. They just want them to get sold.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah.
Like they're limiting. They might like the stuff they're doing, like Nvidia's doing with the LHR, the light hash rate limiter that they put on their GPUs. One, you can bypass those. It's not that hard. You just run a simple line of code and then you bypass it, and then it's irrelevant anyway. And two, all that is a PR stunt. They just want to make it appear like they're on gamer side so that they'll be more compelled to buy them as opposed to AMD. Like, money is the only motivational things towards companies. Like, you got to remember, companies are out to protect their bottom line first and foremost. AMD and Nvidia, I know they do great things in terms of technology and innovation. When it comes down to it, they do not give a fuck about consumers. They only care about making money. That's all they care about.
Yeah, if you find that article, Omeka, I'm curious. Like, drop it in like comments if you don't find it in time for the stream to end.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to when it comes to limiting their capacity or stopping increasing their capacity, because every report I've read says that TSMC and like Nvidia's fabs that they're outsourcing to, all of them are booked solid through 2022. And they have no intention of slowing down beyond 2023. So I don't think that, like, that might be a reason that they're stopping to increase capacity, because they literally can't increase it anymore, because that's impossible. Right now, at least. But yeah, that's what that whole thing is about. AMD is just incredible. Like, this makes me wonder, in the next 4 years, will we see quantum computing? Like go, not mainstream, but like, become available to consumers? I don't know.
I mean, as time goes on, it sounds more and more like a possibility.
I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it. In other words, ASUS.
Last tech topic of the day.
ASUS is reportedly doing a collaboration with Noctua, the CPU fan manufacturer. Does Noctua do anything else? I mean, they make thermal paste, but that's kind of fan related.
Yeah, it's
they're
temperature regulation company for sure. Like
they're
CPU,
cooling related.
GC,
They're a cooling company.
They're one cool company.
It looks pretty good, and you make me sad. You know that?
Yep.
Hey,
you know, no one makes me sadder than myself.
So. Yeah, at least you have a happy hat. At least you have that.
You could argue it's got a smile, but it's also got a frown. If you consider his mouth not to be open.
Okay. But this
I'm so tired, man.
ASUS is working on an RTX 3070 with Noctua, and the design looks incredible. Hold on, let me see if I could show you guys. Apparently this is a limited run, and
it looks so pretty. I love the bronze.
It's the unmistakable charm of Noctua, and I am very all in on it, and I can't wait. For this to become available.
It looks like fucking steampunk.
I'm very excited about it.
It looks so cool.
I like it a lot. I like it quite a bit. Hold on.
I like it a lot.
I like
it
a lot. Hold on. Let me see. No, that's the AMD thing. Can I? No, looks like that's not available. Oh well.
We will wait. We wait in bated breath.
Oh well, it's not working. But yeah, check out the ASUS Noctua collaboration. That is something that I did not expect to happen. But yeah, that's all the tech news for today. Jared, do you want to take it away with the next one?
You start with this one. I'm gonna take 2 and 3.
Okay. So first up for gaming, we got bad news for Konami. Apparently, they took another big L. If you're not much of a sports gamer, this won't pertain to you. But if you are, you'll know that Konami's eFootball was hyped to the real rival and to be the real challenger to FIFA in terms of the soccer game or the football game marketplace. It looked very compelling. It looked like it rivaled FIFA's graphics in the trailers that were shown, and it was very hyped, but it's apparently not all that. The game is reportedly now the most negatively reviewed game on Steam in Steam history, and it is plagued by poor AI, glitches, and horrible character models that seems like they aren't even trying. And it just seems like Konami, like, why?
Just to backpedal a little bit, 42 Violet said, by 2025 we'll be beyond that into eldritch computing.
Eldritch computing. I want to see that. I want to see Elder Blood computing. I want to see the blood of elves running in my computer. That's the water cooling I need. I need orc blood in my PC. That would be sick, actually. A vampire theme build. That'd be pretty cool. Like a
blood cooling unit.
A bloodstained ritual of the night build with red coolant. Oh, that would be sick. Sarah,
you're getting me too hype. Spooky season. Let's build it, bro.
Use real human blood as a fuel source. Oh yeah, it was Violet's idea. Use real human blood as a fuel source. It was your idea. Look at us. Look at us innovating. I love it.
Omeka, I don't believe the link sent. If you can comment, or like, hold on. Try to figure out how you could send that. Did you finish talking about Konami?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You figure out how.
If you need,
can send this article.
If you can, Omeka, you can send it to me on Twitter. This is what we should actually start doing. You don't have a Twitter yet because you're waiting to get one until No Way Home comes out because you're afraid to open the app, which is
I don't want anything spoiled.
Which is very justifiable. I'm surprised that Venom 2 hasn't been spoiled for you yet because spoilers have been circulating everywhere. It hasn't been spoiled for me. Which
I haven't looked at anything about it because I want to.
Yeah, which I'm surprised
about. I want to be excited. I did see that IGN gave it a 7, which is pretty decent.
IGN gave it a 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Omeka, I'm gonna.
Souls, Blue Point's PlayStation 3 remake of Demon Souls has hit a milestone. It is confirmed that it has sold over 5 million copies, which is huge. I recently, when I picked up my PS5, it was one of the first games that I got. And it, I've no-lifed it. It was so much fun. But in as well as Blue Point's success and this great milestone with Demon Souls, Blue Point also has some big news. Blue Point has been acquired by Sony. Blue Point is now a Sony studio.
It's about damn time. I don't remember the last game they made that wasn't a Sony exclusive.
Yeah, or a Sony a remake of a
Sony
classic
game.
Sony game.
I don't remember the last thing they made that wasn't that.
Yeah. As well, through this acquisition of Blue Point, they want to start making original games, and they now have the power under Sony to do so. So I'm really excited to see what Blue Point what they get up to in the next couple years.
Oh, Mecca, I have posted my Twitter in the chat, so that is my Twitter where you can just DM me the link, and I will send it to Jared.
Yeah. And also, anyone that's in the chat right now, if you ever see stuff online that you're like, I want them to talk about this coming week, send it his way, because I don't have a Twitter.
Send it to my Twitter. Jared will get a Twitter in December. Don't you worry.
Yes, it is. It is fast approaching. I actually almost made one today.
Did
I'm
you?
not even
Did
kidding.
you?
Like I opened it up to twitter.com and it was like sign up through Google. I was like, oh, that's easy, and I almost hit it. And I was like, wait, no.
You were so close. But you know what you're gonna you know what you're gonna do today before you leave, before you come over here?
What?
Sign up for Game Pass.
Yeah, I really have to.
It's October 1st. You said you would, so you got it before you leave. You have to before you leave your house.
Clean my room and vacuum still.
I thought, what did you spend all day doing?
Mowing the lawn and setting up my yard.
Oh my goodness. Anyway,
I have a big lawn. It's almost 2 acres, bro, and I didn't have my riding mower is broken. Okay?
Anyway, apparently the GTA Remastered trilogy is seemingly confirmed because the trilogy has been rated by the South Korean Games Rating Board. So it seems like we are getting an impending GTA trilogy remaster announcement, which is very interesting. And I want more people to be able to experience those games, because I think most people will tell you that GTA 5 is the best, but I think that that's just them with their, like, oh, it's the most popular one, so it's got to be the best. Like, I don't know. Arguing that it's objectively the best, I think is, like, maybe a bit of a stretch. Like, I think in terms of story, San Andreas might be the best. So yeah, but apparently we're probably going to be getting these soon. But
still have to be tech news. Can Violet send us recipes to review in a cooking corner? You could send us we could fucking make cooking videos for the channel. You can send
me whatever you want as long as it is safe and legal. Those are the criteria.
We don't have a lot of stipulations. It's just we want to hear from you guys, and we want you guys to be involved.
We might just, like, we're probably not going to talk about anything in depth that isn't tech or gaming or like anything that we usually talk about. We're probably not going to go super hard into that, but we'll mention it. Yeah. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do like a monthly Q&A. I was thinking about that.
Yeah, we'll
explore that. We'll explore that. We'll explore that later. Next up, apparently Forza Horizon 5's PC specs have been released. There are 3 categories that Microsoft has released for Forza Horizon 5. These are the PC specs. Apparently, the minimum specs that they say are a Ryzen 3 1200 or a Intel 5 4400, an RX 470 or a GTX 970, 4 gigabytes of VRAM, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 110 gigabytes of storage space.
Somehow, Violet, I'm still terrified of your comment there. I could do a whole lot within those criteria. Somehow, I'm still afraid. When will we see us two together stream in the same room? If you follow our Twitch channel, you will. We have 2 times in the past few weeks.
We'll save that for the end. We'll save that for the end. We got an announcement to make at the end of the show, but yeah.
But this stipulates same room.
Yes.
But we have announcements. We got announcements.
We do have announcements. The recommended spec, in addition to the minimum spec, the recommended spec is a Ryzen 5 1500X and an Intel 5 8400. It is an RX 590 or a GTX 1070, 8 gigabytes of VRAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 110 gigs of storage space. If you can't tell, the 110 gigs is solid across the board. And the ideal spec that they say, I don't know what ideal means. I suppose that means if you want to run it at 4K 60 all the time, like standard, then you need a Ryzen 7 3800 XT, which is slightly better than what you have now. Or an Intel i7 10700K. You need an RX 6800 XT or an RTX 3080. 16 gigabytes of VRAM if you're going to AMD, or 10 gigabytes of VRAM if you're going NVIDIA. NVIDIA. and 16 gigabytes of RAM. And they also recommend an SSD if you're playing this with the ideal specs. So games are getting harder and harder, and companies are like, they're recommending more and more solid hardware for I mean, obviously games are getting more and more technically challenging, so that would make sense. But yeah.
Hear me out. Next topic, let's just do it in a video.
Okay, yeah, we'll skip that.
We'll just skip that.
We'll skip that.
I'll just engage the chat. Expect a Xbox Showcase recap, because we did one for the PS5 Showcase, so expect an Xbox Showcase recap next week or so.
Actually, now that I say that, it's not really worth a video. I'd rather just talk about it now. It's a few quick things. It's like cloud gaming is coming to Australia, Japan, Mexico, and Brazil. Like, it's already here apparently. It's Phil Spencer said he wants to increase its Japanese game lineup, which probably since Sony moved out and shut down its Japanese studio. Tango Gameworks, which is a company that made Evil Within 1 and 2, is working on a new game. Scarlet Nexus and Back 4 Blood, Forza Horizon 5, Halo Infinite, and Marvel's Avengers are heading to Game Pass. Redfall, Starfield, and more will apparently be localized for Japan, which I think that means that it's going to have like Japanese text and videos and voices in it. So that's cool. So it's looking like they're catering to their Japanese audience more. And other stuff, it's just like housekeeping stuff that they mentioned. So yeah, not really worth a video on that. It really was hyped to be more than it was, in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, hell yeah, more Japanese game inclusion. Do you want to talk about the next one?
Yeah, so my heart goes out to Christopher Judge. Those in chat who do not know, Christopher Judge is the voice actor of Kratos in I'm not sure if he was in the original trilogy, but the most recent God of War game. He
was not in the original trilogy.
He was not the original trilogy. Okay.
You should play the original trilogy, by the way.
He is the reason that God of War Ragnarok was delayed from its original 2021 release window. He said that he, during development in August of 2019, he couldn't walk. He had to have back surgery, both of his hips replaced, and knee surgery, and the studio Santa Monica waited for him to have the surgery and to go through rehab until they continued development of the game, or at least they waited in the spots they had to, essentially. But it delayed the game, and he felt so bad. But all of the support that he's received, he tweeted out, "Thank you to all the fans, not just of God of War, but to the gaming community. All of our games have been a lifeline during these difficult times. To my God of War family, I will never be shy about telling you how much I love you all. We will continue to laugh, cry, and be great." Man, Christopher Judge, I love you. So wholesome.
Apparently, the surgery was it was almost across his entire body too. It was across his entire back. He had to have both of his hips replaced. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, if he was in an accident or what. And both hips replaced. He had to get knee surgery and he had to get back surgery. That's rough. Back surgery and especially is rough.
Yeah.
That's a long recovery. And apparently you don't know this because you don't have Twitter, but apparently he tweeted that when he found out that Cory Barlog wasn't going to be directing the sequel, God of War Ragnarok, he said, "Fuck you, I'm quitting." Because him and Cory are actually very good friends. And when he learned that Cory wasn't directing, he was like, "I'm quitting." And Cory was like, "Do you trust me?"
And Cory was like, "No, I'm doing the head creative of creative."
No, Cory said, "Do you trust me?" And he was like, "With my life." And he was like, "Then
with every cell in my body."
Cory was like, "Then go with Eric. Trust me, he's a genius. He's a motherfucking beast." That's what he said. And
I love Cornball Rock so much. I love them. I love their friendship. It's
you got
great.
dude, you got to play the original God of War games. You would like them so much. You got to like stream that.
Okay, I'll stream them before Witcher 3.
You already said that you're not going to stream Witcher 3, which is fair because it's going to be over 200 plus hours.
That's fair, yeah. I will play it. I think I want to get it on my computer though.
Oh yeah, you got to play it on computer. Like that's the best place to do it. That's like a PC man's PC game. That's what that is. Also, apparently the Twisted Metal remake could be adopting a free-to-play model. It is reportedly being made by the studio that made PlayStation Destruction All-Stars, which is that car game that came out back in February. That was like kind of mid. I played it. It's not that it was a bad game. It just was not a game that was fun for a prolonged period of time. Like, you played it, and then like you basically experienced everything the game had to offer in 2 hours. And that was pretty much it. And also it was I know this is more of a launch problem, but it was really bad when the launch happened and people still didn't know how to turn off their PS5 controllers, which are on by default, by the way. So if you have a PS5, make sure to disable your mic if you don't want people listening to you, because that mic picks up a lot of stuff. I used to hear babies crying. I used to hear very questionable conversations, very personal conversations of other players while I was playing this game. So yeah, I wear a headset for that reason.
Yes.
Not for that reason, but I just like headsets more. But yeah.
All right. So this next topic, it has been, it was a report saying that Nintendo reportedly provided 4K capable dev kits to studios, even though like with the release of the Nintendo OLED, there was no, like, we haven't heard any news about a Switch Pro, so people were like, Switch Pro coming. It has been confirmed that Nintendo has released an additional statement reiterating that the original posters report that dev kits were sent with 4K capabilities is not true. So unfortunately, it like we had a sliver of hope, and it was just maunched up by Nintendo just as quickly as it showed its head.
You don't honestly believe that, do you? Like, I'm being serious. Do you actually believe Nintendo?
I mean,
because Nintendo has lied about this stuff very, very plainly before. Like, there's...
I personally, I thrive off of not keeping my hopes up and being surprised, rather than having my hopes up for them to be dashed and be depressed.
Well, we know a spiritual successor to the Switch is in the works, and the longest time, a long theory that has been running is that is probably more likely is they want to launch.
You hear them through the DualSense yelling at their Astro to bring them another beer.
Astro, get me another beer. What if there's gonna are there gonna be civil rights laws written for this robot?
Give it 2 years.
Give it 2 years. You're abusing your robot. It's a machine. It's a machine.
I run over potholes with my car. You don't see me getting arrested for that.
But Nintendo has lied about not having console plans in the works for a while. Like, I believe they did it with the Wii. They did it with... I think they did it with the Nintendo 64, which, by the way, just had its 25th anniversary. And I believe they did it with the Switch as well. And they did it with the Switch OLED. Like, do you not remember that? They literally said there's not a new Switch in the works last year. And then a couple months ago, what did we get? An announcement of the Switch OLED. Like, they have lied about this multiple times before. Like, this is not new. I personally don't trust Nintendo any more than I can throw them. I think they are not very credible people to believe because they just don't back up their own claims. Like, they've taken consumer trust in their word, and they have really jeopardized it. At least in my opinion, at least where I'm concerned.
That's fair.
So, but like, yeah, the biggest.
Okay, so you will be the one. I will give you my hope to hold on to for the time being.
I'm not hoping for anything. Like, I play my. If we don't get one, like, I'm not gonna be disappointed. But I don't believe that we're not gonna get one, and that's not me like pie in the sky, like hoping for a better tomorrow sort of thing for the Switch. No, that's just like companies work on the timeline of years. Nintendo wouldn't continue to make video games if it didn't see itself eventually moving to a Switch that could handle modern games at respectable settings. Like that's just like that's gaming console industry 101. They wouldn't be in the big three if that wasn't a thing.
Fair.
If they do, they're gonna go the way of Sega, and people are gonna be forgotten about them. But yeah. In other news, Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2 will reportedly be dark in tone.
I am so excited.
I am so hyped for this game to come out.
They had compared it to, I believe it was The Empire Strikes Back.
It's our Empire Strikes Back, they said, which I'm like, that's a good tone to set. And like, if you have a Venom game, I don't think you can have anything other than that. But I'm really excited for what they say. 2023 is going to be such a great year. Like people were like, "Oh, 2021 is going to be so good for gaming because we got all these games coming out. They get fucking delayed." I knew that 2021 was going to be the good year. 2022 is probably still not going to be the good year. You're going to see a lot of games get delayed then too. It's going to be better than 2021, don't get me wrong. But 2023, that's the time when we're going to see real innovation.
Yeah, because the developers, like the systems, the current systems have been out for a good amount of time. They're getting used to it, and they're starting to thrive on the new gen of systems. So it's gonna be, I can't wait.
Not even that. They're just coming back from the pandemic. Like, this is still something we're in the middle of right now, and they're adjusting their workload to make it more efficient, and like they're learning how life after COVID works for them. That's what these developers are looking at. And like after 2022, expect like a gaming renaissance. Like, it's going to be a great time to be a gamer. Like, and I can't wait for it. I can't wait for 2023.
Yes. In news, like you could take this one, but I'll set it up for you. Speaking of great time to be a gamer, here's a story to make your gamer rise up heart warm. Take it away. I said you're gonna take this one.
Oh, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take like. Oh wait.
Are you sure that this?
I was scrolled farther down. Say 14. Say 14. Do 14 right now.
What about 14 what about 11?
We're gonna go back. I'm just saying. I set up 14 already. You can't hold me on the. You can't leave me hanging.
I could leave you. I could kick you off the cliff, Scar or Mufasa. I really could. I really could here.
Well, fine. All right. Bethesda.
Bethesda. It's Bethesda.
Bethesda has bought the Deathloop voice actor a PS5 so he can play his own game. Pete Hines said to Jason Kelly, "I can probably help you find a PS5 so you can play it," because Jason Kelly had tweeted like thank you for the praises of Deathloop. Sad that I can't play it because I don't have a PS5. And they were like, Bethesda was like, hold my beer, Astro. And they went to work and got him a PS5. So that was really good.
That is really good.
Okay. Thank you for that amazing follow-up to my impeccable setup, me. Kevin, take 11 away.
So apparently Netflix has announced its first acquisition in its effort to get behind the game streaming industry. It acquired the award-winning studio behind Oxenfree, Night School Studio. Oxenfree is a good indie game. I liked it quite a bit. But yeah, like a great indie title like Oxenfree. Like I believe Oxenfree is also on mobile. But it's like that would make sense that Netflix acquires them because a lot of people do watch Netflix on their phones, so they would want people to like be able to access it on their phone. So it makes sense that they would get a game that's ported to mobile and to consoles like Oxenfree, or to acquire a developer like that. So what if Oxenfree 2 is a Netflix exclusive? Can we see Netflix exclusives in the future? I don't like that. I don't like that.
Knowing Netflix, it's an inevitability because they like to hold on to what they have.
Hey, whatever they do, it can't be worse than Google. Can't be worse than Stadia. Cannot.
That's fair.
I can't believe they got Reggie Watts to do it. I wonder how much money they paid him to do that.
They had to have paid Reggie Watts so much, and like I saw the ads, I was like, "Oh man, Reggie."
This is why I'm not a celebrity, because I only back things that I believe in.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the thing. In other news, the new Xbox Series X and S reportedly support Dolby Vision, and they're the first consoles to do so. Apparently, this is making it so that HDR is more color accurate, and it supports dynamic metadata for compatible HDR TVs, optimizing picture brightness for specific scenes, shows brighter highlights, sharper contrast, and more vibrant colors. And all that sounds great. If we can get like more color accurate representation of games and like better image quality in general as a whole, I am all for it. And it's impressive that Microsoft was able to put this on a console because it hasn't been done before. So pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see. All right, you got to talk about this next one, or else you're gonna kill me.
Yes, I do. All right, I had to scroll down to 12 or 13 rather. The lifeblood of my life, Resident Evil 4, has been in the works. Like, we knew a couple months ago, it was announced that they are overhauling the game to make it a VR experience for the Oculus Quest 2. And the teaser trailer was so good. And now, just recently, in the past week, we got another short little video on it. We have a promotional image, which looks really cool. Like Leon up against the glass, and you see his hand, and you see the villagers behind him, and Chief Mendez is there, the boss of the village. But we got a release date. They said back when they first teased that it was a thing, it was going to be sometime 2021, and Lord, did they deliver. It has been revealed that Resident Evil 4 VR is releasing October 21st of this year, just 20 days away. I am so fucking excited. I am giddy. Like, I'm mentally frolicking through the flowers right now.
So this is your favorite game, right?
Yeah, this and Kingdom Hearts 2 are my like top games of all time.
But the amount,
like, honestly,
if you had to pick a game where you put more hours into, like hard time that you put into, which one do you think it would be?
Well, I own Resident Evil 4 on every console that I have that I am capable of owning it on, and have played at least once all the way through on all those consoles, except for the computer, because I just got it on PC in the Steam sale this past summer when I.
That has to be the most user friendly experience that's not VR, because mouse and keyboard is so much easier to control with tank controls. It just objectively is. Like, a joystick with tank controls sucks ass. But like, mouse and keyboard.
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely something to get used to, because I remember my buddy Kieran streaming it. He was having trouble just because it's like it's dated movement, like it's dated controls, so it's clunky. But I've played it so many times where I understand how to move, and like do it efficiently. So it's not an issue for me. But I'm gonna have to say that, like, now that I'm talking about it, I'm gonna have to say Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game of all time, and I can't fucking wait for the VR experience because it's going to add such a fresh, new level of, well, yeah, immersion, but it's going to be terrifying for once because some of the bosses, they're going to be right up at you, which you've never seen before, and after playing it dozens of times or more, it's kind of like, oh yeah, this boss is coming up next, like I'll know what's going to happen, but seeing them right up in my face is going to be a whole nother level of, oh god, I could keep talking about this, but we're gonna move on because it's just gonna be me rambling about my love for the franchise.
We're gonna move on. So apparently, The Last of Us.
I'm gonna say The Last of Us 2 because the original one already does have the thing in question.
Well, no, like, yes and no. Like this is so. What we're talking about is Last of Us multiplayer, but it is reportedly unrelated to Last of Us 2. It is instead a Last of Us standalone multiplayer game. It is not related to Last of Us 2. It's set in the world, set in the universe of the Last of Us. But
like Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Honestly, I could see it being something like that. Like honestly, I don't care for a Last of Us multiplayer game. I played the original. It was really good. I played the original. It was really good. I thought Last of Us 2 could stand on its own as a single-player game. And you still got to beat that, by the way.
Yes, I do.
Don't think I forgot about that.
No, actually, I'm not even kidding me. I'm not even kidding you.
I'm not even kidding me. I'm not even kidding you.
I'm not even kidding us. Us being the two of us and everyone in chat. I actually, last night, downloaded Last of Us onto remastered onto my PS5. And when it said, what do you want to download first, single player or multiplayer? I clicked multiplayer. Because I was getting on Last of Us Online, like the factions multiplayer mode, like the 4v4, with a friend and 2 other friends. And man, I just, that's so bizarre. Like you're downloading Last of Us and you hit, I'm gonna download multiplayer first. It is so funny. But yeah, I know I gotta beat part 2. Hear me out. Hear me out. 16 we'll make a video on because we briefly talked about it last week. We did talk about it last week.
I already made the video.
You already made the video? Oh, okay.
Do you watch the videos as I upload them?
Most of them. I don't know if I must have missed that one.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. I was just busting your balls.
Bust my balls harder.
But yeah,
I'm so close.
I've already made a quick recap on this, but like big things that I'm excited for from the Nintendo Direct that we saw. Biggest one for me, Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Oh my god, it looks so fucking good.
I am so ready for that.
Incredible.
I have not seen a compelling Kirby game for a long time. For a long time.
I'm gonna say for me, and it's not just because I'm horny. I'm gonna say that Bayonetta 3 is one of my most excited games.
You said the word horny, and then I knew exactly what was coming next.
See, yeah, I had to preface. I had to set my defense up first. It looks so unique. It looks like I love the mounted combat and with fucking skateboarding on an eldritch horror across buildings that are floating through the sky.
It's
pretty freaking fun.
She's got a different hairstyle. I don't know. I'm thinking it might be Bayonetta's daughter. Honestly, because she could be going through the pixie.
She could be going through the pixie cut phase.
It doesn't. No, she doesn't have a pixie cut. Her hair is just braided.
It's. It looked shorter. I didn't see that.
Have you played a Bayonetta game before?
I have Bayonetta 1 on Steam, and I have played it. I haven't beat it. But now I need to play Bayonetta 2.
So there's no way that she could have a pixie cut, realistically.
Yeah.
Her fucking hair's got to be long, That's kind of her thing.
But also, I'm actually much but I have said before on these streams that I am very easy to please. I am not one to house criticism, or have criticism on things, whereas say the majority of people would. I really am excited for the Mario movie. It sounds like so much fun.
A lot of people were just upset, like, because, like, they were like, Mario already has a long-running voice actor. Why didn't you just have him be the voice of Mario? Everything else they would have been fine with. Everything else.
Yeah, it's literally the only casting choice that it still doesn't click in my head is Chris Pratt. And he also, somewhere he released a video where he was just like, "It's me, a Mario." And I was like, please no. Please
I'm like,
don't
if
let that be.
Yeah, if that's him seriously doing, I know it's probably not. I know he's probably
just troll. I think it's just Chris Pratt trolling, and everyone's like, ah.
But I don't know. I don't remember seeing Chris Pratt in anything where he had an accent. I don't know how he could do this, and people make people like it. I'm holding out hope. I believe. I don't care what the hell Charlie Day does as Luigi. I'm gonna love it no matter what.
I am full in Charlie Day as Luigi camp.
I don't care what he does. He could show up in Luigi's outfit and play shot for shot an It's Always Sunny episode, and I would love it still. I wouldn't care.
Jack Black could have done Mario and Bowser. Honestly, that would have been pretty cool.
Honestly.
No, but Jack Black is Bowser. Oh, Jack Black is Bowser. We're getting Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. I'm really excited for. And
have you seen her in anything?
What?
Have you seen her in anything?
Yeah, she was in the Queen's Gambit. She was in New Mutants. She was Magic in New Mutants.
Oh, she was in New Mutants? I never saw it.
Yeah, with Maisie Williams. I saw it at a drive-in. She was my favorite character in it because remember when we played Marvel's Contest of Champions?
Maisie Williams or
legend, we had that champion Magic.
I don't remember that.
Magic with a K. She had a sword and she could like.
I do remember. You said Magic with a K, and I was like, "Yep, I remember that."
Yep, that's who she played.
Gotcha.
It was really cool.
Gotcha. All right. Last thing.
Right.
Last thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, you want to type this in chat type the Twitch channel in chat?
You're gonna go make me find it now.
It's literally the same thing, but with an underscore rather than a space.
Right. I forgot.
To celebrate spooky season upon us now, October 1st, Kevin and I will be streaming Dead Space 3 together, co-op, which I'm very excited for. Back in high school, I picked up Dead Space 1 and 2 on a deal at GameStop, and we had played through them together, co-op. And by that, I mean we would play like 1 or 2 chapters, hand the controller over, and they would play. The other person would play the next 2. We both collectively lost our minds back in the day on the final boss of Dead Space 2. Kevin historically screamed, "It's cancer!" When I asked him, "How are you liking Dead Space 2?"
I got back to it. Like, I don't know if you watched me stream both games.
In like the past year or so, Kevin had streamed Dead Space 1 and 2 and successfully beat them. And I was really mad at how, like, honestly, I was very upset at how easily you beat the final boss of Dead Space 2. I was like, man, were we really that bad at video games back then?
I honestly, I don't mean to be a PC elitist, but like I firmly believe that it's because we used controllers that it would made it harder. Because it's the same problem like I was talking about with Resident Evil 4. You could just make much more precise and quicker movements in particularly in a shooter and strategy games benefit the most from PC use. Anything else is up for debate. Like games that are terrible on PC are anything that requires precise movement or very subtle movements. Because
like Rocket League is
like anything that's a racing game or anything vehicle based.
Rocket League is made to be like played with a controller.
Like anything that needs to have gradual inputs, but like if you need to have snap movements, a PC is really good for that. Like it depends on the game, but honestly, that's been my experience.
But yeah, so Kevin and I are extremely excited to be playing Dead Space 3, finally finishing the franchise, and just in time for the remake of 1 to be coming out, and I'm sure we'll be doing a sit-down together playthrough of that.
It's not going to be as scary as the first 2, and I don't expect it to be.
Oh, definitely not, but I'm excited to run and gun with my boy.
I just want to finish what we started, and I want to, like...
all those years ago. Like
all those
6
years ago.
years ago.
It'll feel just like the good old days.
And the bad old days.
And the bad old days.
All right. Like I said up top, no anime news. It's
no
not a
anime.
whole lot. I mean, I could say that. Oh yeah, that's right. Orlando Studios, Japan, their Super Mario World has added adding a Donkey Kong expansion, or planning to, that will increase the size of that section of the park, like the Nintendo side of the park, by 70%, which is massive.
That sounds
I'm really excited for that. It looked like I saw like tech demo, like images of like what it feasibly could look like, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool.
That looks pretty good to me.
One Piece episode 1000 is on its way. If there are no delays, it's set to air November 12th. Or wait, let me just take a look at the count. Yep, November 12th. Toei Animation, studio behind One Piece and the Dragon Ball franchise, they released a teaser image, like an image to get hype, essentially, like a hype image for the 1000th episode, and I'm incredibly excited.
Oh yeah,
it's looking really good. One Piece is going to hit another major milestone in its tenure.
Ooh, we have breaking news. Konami is rumored to be working on a new Metal Gear Solid game, reportedly a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, a new Castlevania game, and
a new Silent Hill game. Konami. I guess this is good news. Konami needed this good news.
Yeah, Konami, stop taking L's. You need it more than anyone.
Here's 3 potential W's for you. Don't fuck it up.
Don't
fuck it up.
Let's see how fast they can drive these into the ground. Let's who's got bets? Who's got bets? All right, we'll get you out of here as soon as we finish up what to watch / play, and then we'll have a great weekend, and we'll all go see Venom 2 in theaters, right? All right. So first up we got FIFA 2022. It is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Next, we have Phoenix Point out on PS4, Xbox, and Xbox One. Next, we have that was last week. Away, the Survival series out on PS5, PlayStation 4, and PC. Before Your Eyes, exclusively to Mac. That is rare. That's a shiny
extremely rare.
That's a shiny Pokemon right there. That's what that is. We have Chernobylite out on consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. We have Ghost Runner out on next-gen consoles. Harvest Moon One World out on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. In Sound Mind is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Kiwi has made its way to PS5 and PS4 after being on PC for a month.
Nice.
Lemnis Gate is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Neo: The World Ends With You is out on PC. New World is out on PC in a 1.0 release. Outer Wilds: Echoes of the Eye is out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. That apparently is the new Outer Wilds spin-off game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I would check that out. That seems like a sleeper hit. Steel Assault is out on Switch and PC. Insurgency Sandstorm has gotten console releases on PS4, Xbox, and Xbox One. AI: The Sominum Files is out on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One. Aeon Drive is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Astria Ascending is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Darksiders 3 is now finally out on Switch. And I don't know. I don't know. It might be worth checking out if you primarily play on Switch. eFootball 2022. Don't get it. Is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PS4, as well as Xbox One and PC. Next is like a hit that came out of nowhere. Hot Wheels Unleashed.
People have been people have been raving about this.
People were not expecting it to be so good. It is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. They claim.
I kind of want to get it.
I think it's $50. I think it's 50. I don't think it's full 60. They claim that it's like solid mechanics. It feels like you're driving like a great car. It doesn't feel like too plasticky or cheap, but it doesn't feel quite like a real car. Like it feels like you're driving a Hot Wheels car and you're just a toy come to life.
That's so cool. Like the way the fact that they've managed to capture that is incredible.
And apparently the graphics look so good it rivals Forza. Like they call it damn near photorealistic.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just like,
I saw like the level customization, dude. The online community, like the online content creation for the community is going to be insane. I can't wait. We should pick that up. We should pick that up and do some like community made levels.
I have a feeling that it might come to Game Pass, so I'm gonna hold out for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold out because Marvel's Avengers just came to Game Pass, and I have a feeling that this is gonna come to Game Pass as well. So we'll see. Next we have Imposter Factory is out on PC. Rogue Lords is out on PC. The Last Friend is out on Switch and PC. Unsighted is out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Phoenix Point is out on PS4 and Xbox One, and that is all we have for game releases for this past week. Jared, take it away.
Taking it away
for
with
movies.
We have taking it away. We have Taking the Reins. Titan, which is Titane. Titan. Titane. Titan.
That Titan, I'm gonna say still.
Okay.
It's just a weird spelling.
We have WWE Extreme Rules 2021. We have Britney versus Spears. And you can tell the influence of spooky season. We're about to get a bunch of scary movies. We have Beyond Paranormal. We have Wonton Want. That's me when I'm ordering my Chinese food. We have CIA.
That looks like it's not real.
Yeah, I can't believe that I actually said that out loud. Sounds Like Love. We have No One Gets Out Alive. Lancaster Park. After We Fell. Old Henry. And The Life of Bella. And that was our September releases. And today, October 1st, we have Venom, Let There Be Carnage. We have Pocos Huevos. American Night, Bigfoot Exorcist.
I hate that. I hate that.
Something Somewhere, Quiet on Set. We have Cure, The Survivalist, Exposing Muybridge, Black is Night, Diana the Musical, Witch Hunt, The Wilderness Road, The Jesus Music, Val, Halloween Heroes, Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales.
I'm interested just for like the title.
I actually saw it advertised on Disney Plus last night after midnight. So like I saw it I saw it advertised right after it had dropped, and I'm like, it's I read the description. It's something about it's like Poe and I almost said BD-8. Wait, no, yeah, it's.
Is it Poe or Plo?
It's Poe. Who's the ball one? That's BD-8, right?
Yeah, that's BB-8. BB-8.
BB-8. BD-1 is Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, really?
I got them. We have the Addams Family 2. We have finally, we have Bingo Hell.
So it seems like the two big releases for today are Addams Family 2, and then the one you gotta really go see is
And Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Venom
Are you kidding me? You're telling me Bigfoot Exorcist is not a big release of October 1st?
I'll admit it's a compelling title.
The title, Witch Hunt? Which is Witch Hunt? No, WITCH, Witch.
Yeah.
Like it's such a compelling title that I'm clicking on it. A demonic cult has summoned the ultimate beast, Bigfoot, to prowl the mountains and slaughter innocent victims. But when Claude is attacked by the creature, the curse of Bigfoot is passed down to him. Now Claude turns into a hairy fanged beast at night, thirsty for warm blood. Only the power of a nun trained in exorcism can hope to set Claude free from this nightmare. But it may already be too late.
All right, last thing we'll say is TV releases, and then we'll get you guys out of here. So up first,
where the hell do I watch this movie?
I don't even know. I gotta look that up. Now we have Grey's Anatomy, the new season, out on ABC tonight at 9. Can they stop making Grey's Anatomy? Doesn't it have like almost 20 seasons at this point? Like, don't shows stop being good after like the 5th season? Isn't that like a rule?
Always Sunny didn't.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. Next, we have Big Sky, the new season, out at 10 tonight on ABC. After that, we have The Way Down out on HBO Max. It's a new show. After that, we have The Problem with Jon Stewart out on Apple TV Plus, coming for Jon Stewart's lunch, apparently. After that, we have a new season of Maid out on Netflix. After that, we have a new season of SWAT out at 8 tonight on CBS. After that, we have a new season of A Magnum P.I. on CBS. I didn't know that show was still airing. After that, we have a new season of Blue Bloods out at 10 tonight on CBS. And that is all we have for you this week. Ladies and germs, that is all we got for you. So go see Venom Let There Be Carnage. I am so excited. I'm going to get into my Spidey suit, and we're going to have a grand old time tonight.
I have terrible news for everyone in chat. It's looking like pulling up the Bigfoot Exorcist IMDb page. It's not releasing until October 20th.
Oh, I am so heartbroken. My heart is bleeding.
My Bigfoot heart is bleeding.
My heart is bleeding. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. And
as always, thank you for being here. We appreciate you guys.
We do appreciate you guys. Send me questions on Twitter.
We do it for you. Yeah, that's a new thing. Send questions or
questions, topics to talk about or mention on.
Or just fun stuff. Like we could if you send something funny, we'll mention it on we'll mention it at the end or up top or something. But
I have also posted the Twitch channel in the chat as well. So anyone who's not following can
follow us there.
Can go and see that.
Be sure to like the stream, or hit the like button, ring the bell, the subscribe button. Get us notificated.
Smash that MF like button.
Just like
Saitama
just
punch.
Like that.
Saitama punch the like button. Did that hurt?
I somehow nicked the volume dial on my Blue Yeti at max velocity.
Ow.
I may have gotten a bruise.
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt tomorrow.
It's gonna hurt a lot tomorrow.
Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Go see Venom. Let there be carnage. Let there be carnage, everyone. Let there be carnage, everyone. And we will see you same time next week. Same time, same channel. Bye-bye.